didn't know that turd was the nicest turd I ever had thrown.
It said, excuse me, as it whizzed past my head.
You didn't have to do that.
I talk in the most bless your heart voice ever, yet it's my heart being blessed.
But Jim Harbaugh, fuck you. I want you gone.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a brand new episode of the Gamers Do Sports podcast. I am your host, AJ, episode 38.
Mikey, come here.
I don't know what happened with Josh there. We do have things to discuss here, as we were in the pre-show meeting and some discussions were being had. So before we get into everything we had planned, why don't Josh and Tristan just take the floor?
I don't have anything to say.
Josh, you're muted, pal.
I'm already past the small fries of the group. I really wish that we were able to walk into work like they do in the Royal Rumble. Like, it would make the day start so much better.
Who the hell is this coming in now? Shit.
Yes.
Dude, I tell you what, man.
2, 1.
Those videos don't do it justice because anytime you save something from like Messenger or something like that, it gets grainy as all hell.
Well, no, you could hear it actually, like when the music hit and your phone recognized how loud it was, where it tried to tone it down. Yeah, you could hear it every time. It was like, oh, wow. Oh, there it goes.
Dude, I got multiple notifications all night from like my Apple Watch, like sound decibels have reached over 90. Anything over this can cause hearing damage. And I'm like, we're in the shit now. It is what
I wonder when all the concussions hit from when Bailey and Cody won, when all those concussions went off, what it said.
My seats were great. Tate's weren't bad either, but
No, you definitely
had a buddy out there
wouldn't.
with you guys as well. He seemed to have decent seats from the entire thing. He actually met Eric Bischoff when he was out there.
Yeah, Bischoff was out there. Hogan made an appearance like right before the Rumble, which I was like, oh, yay.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Box,
He
right?
money.
He does live in Clearwater.
Yeah.
But it was just like, yay, Hogan.
Am I the only one in here that doesn't like him and never really has?
I went to Hogan's Beach Shop when I was in Orlando, and I grabbed a Hulkamania shirt just because I was there. And everything that happened that weekend, I just wanted little mementos.
Man, the hell with that. Give me a Virgil shirt.
I did get an NWO shirt while I was there, though.
I loved Hogan growing up.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the kid in the same age growing up in the 80s and 90s. Don't tell me you didn't cheer for Hulk Hogan.
I was not a Hulk Hogan fan. Never was.
No?
Never was. On my parents' grave, may they rest in peace. I've never been a Hogan fan. Even during the NWO, was never a Hogan fan. I was much more of the booger sugar maniac Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
You know, his promos were by far the best ever. Then you had Ravishing Rick Rude. You had the $1 Million Man. No, I was never a Hulk Hogan fan.
That's fair.
You know, I mean, so much so that we even have our own Virgil of our podcast. I mean, that's how much we are into them old school wrestling.
Who's the Virgil of this podcast?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Come on, Tristan. Admit it, you're the Virgil of our group.
Tristan doesn't even know who that is. That's before his time.
That's old.
That was the guy that used to hang out with Ted DiBiase, but he was just more of like a Pepsi.
Every time his theme song hits.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness, man. So in the words of Cody Rhodes, what do y'all want to talk about?
Why is it that I saw
Let the
Brian's
jokes ring
comment?
now. I know it's coming. The 24/7 jokes, the team chokes. Go ahead. I deserve it today.
No.
Let it rain.
You're not going to do the self-deprecating stuff to make it better. We're going to wait until we see a little glimmer in your eye, and then we're going to bring that up.
Oh, I think we're going to have a hell of an offseason. I told you, I'm redemption tour 2024 is coming, baby. I'm not even that sad.
Redemption.
We're coming.
I just want to know, what the hell was Dan Campbell thinking instead of kicking the ball?
He's the same thing that he had every year that was successful for him.
So he's an aggressive coach, right? And so he went with his morals instead of the smart play, and it's what got us there. I'm not saying what he did was the right call, but he did what he wanted to do, which is go for it on fourth down, up 14 in the third quarter, which I thought was a bit baffling. But Josh Reynolds dropped that pass, so it wasn't like it was a clear-cut bad play. And then, the fourth down when we're down 3 was dumb. I think we should have kicked it game-tying field goal. And then on third down late in the game to run the ball instead of passing it and killing a timeout. There's too many mental mistakes. We weren't ready for the big stage in the second half. San Francisco played desperate. They knew after last year's debacle in Philadelphia and then how they played the first half, they weren't going out without a fight. They came in their A game in the second half. We came out looking like scared little cats.
Okay, question to the Lions and the Cowboy fan in here. Which loss was worse?
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
The Lions.
Cowboys.
I mean, we choked the Super Bowl. Dallas choked another first-round exit.
Yeah, but see,
No
let's be
offense.
honest. For a while,
Yeah.
you guys were in the game. Cowboys were never in the game from start
Correct.
to finish.
That's why it's so embarrassing
Absolutely.
that the Lions lost that game.
Yeah.
They were up by almost 3 scores at halftime.
Right.
They
When you're up
lost.
24-7, that's a 3-possession lead. You just got to play even football, and you're going to the Super Bowl. And instead, they got too aggressive, like they were down 17.
Hey, my team didn't do too bad.
What's sitting on the couch?
That's right.
I guess as we're going right into it right away, 49ers beat the Lions 34-31. Behind the back of who, Tony? Who?
Christian McCaffrey had a hell of a game, had 110 total yards and 2 touchdowns.
No. Who, Tony?
The second half, Brock Purdy he showed up.
Give him
played great.
respect.
What did I tell you last week, Tony? Who's the most clutch quarterback left in the playoffs right now?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
Patrick
Mahomes.
Come on,
Second would be
man.
Brock Purdy at this point, obviously.
Come on.
Who would you rather have at center right now? Or behind center right now? Who would you rather
Jason
have?
Kelsey.
Yeah, Jason
He
Kelce
said
at
he's a
center.
behind
Who
center.
would you rather
not
have
at
behind center? Pat Mahomes or Brock Purdy?
Well, Mahomes.
Who the hell would see Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
AJ.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Is Mahomes not getting inflated by that offense he has around him?
And Brock Purdy isn't.
Okay, he has Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And who?
Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. That
Brock
offensive
Purdy is more
line.
Deebo
weapons
Samuel?
than Patrick Mahomes right now.
Deebo Samuel.
He's got on that one.
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
that
Tell me what Patrick Mahomes has
I
other
mean,
than Travis
George
Kelce
Kittle.
right now.
George Kittle
Kadarius
is the
Toney.
more female
Yeah,
version
Kadarius
of
Toney.
Travis Kelce. So, it's gonna be a
This is-
game of. I think it's gonna. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a defensive game when it's all said and done.
Kansas City doesn't really
Yeah,
have the
you know what?
defense.
Like I said, I went into it with again, the first half looked like I was just kind of looking like I was right about how Purdy was deer in headlights, but you know what happened? He turned around and made the plays he needed to make in the second half. That's the most important thing.
Okay, Brandon, but yet he has no offense. Settle down.
No, this is in relation to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is chugging that offense along. Can't tell me that the defense is bailing him out after they gave up 24 points to the Lions really quickly.
No,
I mean, come
they
on.
only scored 7 that first half, but then the whole script flipped in the second half. Everything
Yeah,
went the right way.
I
The
hate
defense
to
showed
bring
up,
it
and
to
so
you,
did Brock Purdy.
Ryan. If the San Francisco 49ers win the Super Bowl and they name an MVP, we all know it's going to be Brock Purdy. It's going to. Even if Christian McCaffrey has a killer game with the storyline that's behind that young man, they're going to give it to Purdy.
And here's the question: When does the mystery relevant talk stop? At this point, like I understand that he was the last pick in the draft, but when does it
stops now.
stop? Yeah, it has to. I mean, come back against in my eyes the star-studded Lions offense that has shown it all year, regardless of weapons or not. I mean, you still gotta do it. You still gotta make the plays and drive the team down the field. At what point does the bashing against Brock Purdy stop?
It'll never stop, man. This is a great thing for the Mr. Irrelevant pick. This is great story. This is a great way to say, hey, even if you're picked last in the draft, you could still get to this level. So let's be honest. Let's keep bringing up the fact that he was Mr. Irrelevant, because it's gonna give some life into that and breathe some positivity into that title.
And my question isn't about the Mr. Irrelevant thing. I agree. Let's keep pumping that. But it's more the fact of, when does the bashing of Brock Purdy in general stop and everyone respect him for what he's now done?
I
disagree. I think making it to the Super Bowl.
No.
I think making it to the NFC Championship game.
The problem is that in some people's eyes, in Kyle Shanahan's offense, you could put any quarterback back there and be just as good. And I'm not saying that it's not the case that Brock Purdy hasn't played above what he's supposed to. But to some people, and I'm not saying I'm one of them, you could put Sam Darnold, they would be in almost an exact same spot. You could put a quarterback off the street that's decent, they'd be in the exact same spot. So they're saying Brock Purdy is just a system quarterback. But here's the thing, and this is what I've always said about system quarterbacks. If the system fits and he's great in the system, what is wrong with that? Brock Purdy fits the system of San Francisco and what they are running. And I've never said he was a bad quarterback. I don't think he's elite, but I think he's good. And guess what? Good with that offense and that defense is good enough. And that's fine. He's overexcelled the 7th round draft pick that he is. He's 100%. So, like, he has made himself to a stage of, we can't talk any more crap unless you just truly, truly hate Brock Purdy. Then you're going to nitpick the crap out of him and say, oh, nope, he can't because he's ABC. There's people out there that say the same thing about Jared Goff in Detroit, that he was carried by the offensive coordinator and he changed the whole dynamic. And everybody's going to have criticisms, but I think Brock Purdy does not deserve it at this stage. He's earned it. He's earned himself a starting job, and no one should question it.
I have one real quick thing that I want to bring up real quick. AJ, if you could bring up on YouTube the most recent comment, and it's a 2-part question. Wasn't Brady a system quarterback, and was it the same system when Mac Jones came in? Because that's my argument about like system quarterbacks.
Tom Brady was the system.
I'm with the AJ on that one.
Yeah.
And
I don't know the Patriots well enough to like, that's just me asking, like, was Brady like a system quarterback, and when Brady left, was it because Tate brought Purdy out of that system?
Yeah, early on it was the system, but later on he was so damn dominant by himself that he didn't need any. It's just, once you reach an elite of 1%, it doesn't matter who the hell's
what you're saying about Brock Purdy now is the same thing you could say about Tom Brady back when they were winning all their Super Bowls. Who's he throwing to? You have Gronk, okay? Kelsey has Purdy has Kittle.
Kittle.
Oh, yeah.
After that, it's really not much. Debo's injury prone as all hell. Ayuk has turned into that Julian Edelman slot receiver for him. It's kind of the same, cut from the same cloth. However, my personal opinion, I don't know if you guys agree with it, the NFL gets their wish. Taylor Swift is in the Super Bowl. I will not be shocked if Kansas City goes on to win, and handedly at that.
The weakest Chiefs team to make a Super Bowl run. Honestly, they're the weakest version of Kansas City.
Tristan, would you take Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott at this point?
That is such an unfair question to Tristan, who hates Dak Prescott.
No, but I'm just
I'd take
put your feelings aside. Put all your feelings aside. We already know your feelings towards him, but based on performance, would you take him over Dak Prescott, or would you still ride with your quarterback, of your team, because you guys are this invested in him?
Honestly, and this is gonna go completely against my morals, and I this will be the first time you ever hear me say this. I will take Dak Prescott, only because if you check out him any place but the playoffs, I'm like, that's that's a top 5 quarterback. But when the playoffs come, I don't know. I mean,
any place but the most important place you need your quarterback to play good.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to point that.
But I wanted to know. I want to see how deep this goes and whether Tristan would have answered the question from a football perspective or from a personal.
I would take him because
Mama's proud. Nice.
Hey, Mama Cotton.
Hi, Mom.
If you put CMC back there with Dak, I think this team is super dangerous. I mean,
Wholeheartedly agree.
honestly, I mean,
Well, any team.
Hang on, I got to see something here. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but I got
don't
to.
know. I just. Oh. Hello.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I saw that right. Tristan, do you have a Milwaukee pack out as your storage stuff for your desk right next to you?
Mhm.
Wow.
I had it as my.
I was proud because it was Milwaukee, and then I'm like, why the hell are you using that for your storage at your desk?
So like that was my older
That's kind of
toolbox.
smart
I
if you
had.
think about it.
It was my toolbox for work at one time.
I want to find a way to talk shit about it, but I think that's fucking ingenious.
I mean, it's just
Like,
What's in the middle of your
bro.
living room? Oh, my pack out's over there. It's got all my shit in it.
Hey, mind your business, man. It's all about space and opportunity.
I'm
and that's
sorry.
plenty of
I
space for
completely
plenty of
sidetracked
opportunity.
from that.
I can
but-
tell.
And
I've
and
had that there for
here's
like 2 weeks now.
Go ahead, Tate.
here's my argument about Dak Prescott in that game. I will argue this to the day I die. That Jair Alexander pick, the one that he had, I don't put that on Brock Purdy necessarily. Was it misthrown a little bit? Yes. Jair Alexander made a play. He made a play at that ball, and that was a good defensive back play. Second one, okay, it's on Dak. But still, for Dak to go 41 for 60, 403 yards, and 3 touchdowns in that game, yes, the Cowboys lost that game, and I know a lot of those points were garbage time points. But you got to look at the rest of the game. I mean, Tony Pollard only getting 56 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones against arguably, in my opinion, one of the best defensive lines in the league, getting 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't think Dak Prescott lost that game. I think the Cowboys lost that game in general. I think Dak Prescott had one of the best second halves of the year. And yes, how he didn't do as well as he did in the second half, Dak Prescott doesn't deserve all the flack he's getting.
When you're the quarterback of the team, they always get the worst of it.
Well,
every single team.
Not that game though.
Could I bring up one that this is a great segue to what I want to ask? Is Lamar Jackson overrated? Look what he did in the most clutch game.
Can I
Poop the
I
bed.
leave that one off? Can I leave that one off?
I'm the same, man. I like Lamar. But in the second half, when he could have taken his team to the promised lands, he did not show up again. And that guy's a losing record in the playoffs. Like, when's Lamar going to get criticism at this point?
I mean,
I think we should have done that
some of the
a long
best
time ago.
quarterbacks that are out there have a losing record in the playoffs. You know what I mean? There's very few that actually have winning records.
I
think we should have done that a long time ago. I mean, I think that he other than Mahomes, and I'm a huge Pat fan. I think Pat is like awesome for the game, but oh boy, is just overrated. I mean, he's
Mahomes?
No.
Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is so overhyped, and I don't get it.
He's had the number 1 seed twice and is 1 and 2 in those times. Like, there's got to be a time and place where you have to make a Super Bowl run. This was it. The weakest Kansas City team in Houston, who was a young team that just ran out of gas. You have to have this be their Super Bowl run. Baltimore had it. This was the year. And to turn around and have the production that he had in the AFC title game, I thought was alarming to me. Like I said, I thought this was Baltimore's year to go, all right, well, the weakest Kansas City team, they made it to the AFC title game.
Okay,
like,
hold on, time out. I got to ask this. Okay, with an exception of losing Hill, how are they the weakest Kansas City team. Like, they haven't really had that much. I mean, they've played worse than they have in any of the comparables. I understand that. But I have heard that all season, people saying this is the weakest Kansas City team. I don't think they're as gelled as they used to be, but to say that this is the weakest, I have to disagree with that.
Offensively, they are. Maybe not. Defensively, they're the strongest. This is the strongest Kansas City team, but they led the NFL in drops. They don't have a number one wide receiver on their team yet. Maybe Rashid Rice turns into
Rashid
that.
Rice, he deserves it. Give him
Yeah,
respect.
he's good.
Yeah.
But my guy Sky Moore sucked. Martin Van Scantling can't catch a fucking cold most of the time.
Kadarius Toney,
another one.
Shit.
They've had a lot
Outside.
of, like I'm saying, they had a lot of issues on offense. And hey, Isaiah Pacheco took a step up on running back. I'll give him that too. But like, they don't really have a dynamic offense this year. It's Mahomes, a couple big plays, and their defense is doing the rest. And I'll give them that. But like, Mahomes just knows when to make the plays.
But that's an
why it's
Andy
so-
Reid system. It's always been like that with Andy Reid. He's
Sure.
always
I
been
mean, Donovan
defense
McNabb did it
specific.
for years. I mean,
He wasn't
Donovan
that
McNabb
good.
did it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
It's the exact same thing where all he has to do is have the quarterback that can manage the game, pull off a couple good plays, and then leave it to the defense. It worked with him in Philadelphia, and it's working with him in Kansas City. I don't think Mahomes should get the flack that he gets because of it. I mean, that kid, I agree with Tristan on everything he says. I just want to add that the fact that he also sounds like Kermit the Frog is an added bonus. Like, it's fantastic watching that kid do interviews, man, because I can't tell if it's him or Kenny Powers.
And also, I'm kind of going through. I've got the play-by-play up on ESPN of the Kansas City Chiefs Baltimore Ravens game. How much can we say that second half was just terrible play call, or how much of that do you blame on Lamar, and how much do you blame on that? Because that was one thing that I remember saying in the second half of that game. The play calling was just abysmal in that second half for the Ravens.
Sure.
And you can't put all of it on Lamar, but I also remember saying a bunch of times, Lamar, you're arguably, if not the best rushing quarterback in the league. 1,001, 1,002, it ain't there. You've got 9 yards. Go, buddy. Force them to go one-on-one with your receivers. You've got Odell, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely. They're going to have to start forcing one-on-one if they're going to do a spy on you. If you're going to keep going off for 7-8 yards, at what point do you sort of start playing that cat and mouse game? And it just,
they
but it
thought
also
was
just
gonna be
seemed
dynamic when OBJ got there, and he hasn't done. I'm sorry, but OBJ has not done shit in a Ravens uniform at all. I think he's been a disappointment.
Official end stats of the season. Hang on, that's postseason. Regular season, he went. Geez, when I have to scroll to find him, that's a problem.
He made $15 million for these stats, by the way.
35 catches on 64 targets, 565 yards, averaging 16.1 a catch for 3 touchdowns.
For the entire year. Like,
Zay Flowers, 77 catches on 108 targets, 858 yards on 11.1 averaging, and 5 touchdowns.
That's your number one receiver right there, Zay Flowers.
Absolutely. And he deserves every bit of it.
But do you see what I'm talking about? Like, that guy still we were talking about this yesterday, Tony.
Yeah.
That guy still walks around thinking that he is elite. He is
Absolutely.
He is Antonio Brown without the CTE.
He honestly, and again, he's going to be the type of dude that wants to command $8 to $10 million a year when he shouldn't at this point in stage of his career. He's a great slot receiver, but he thinks in his head he's a number one, and he's not. Days have passed that by.
So, if the Chiefs, I think they're going to win. After this year, are we going to put Pat in that conversation? I mean, he's
on the greats.
Yes.
No,
no,
not yet. I
He's
don't think
top
he's really
10.
proven it.
I mean, he's up there though. I mean,
how many Super Bowls would this be?
3.
He'd have 3
appearances.
He would have 3.
So he needs 4 more to get past Brady.
He's only 28,
and
he's got plenty of time.
That's fine. But when he gets to 5 and 6, championships, then we'll talk about putting him in that conversation. Because to me, and I think AJ would agree with me on this, Tom Brady is arguably the best quarterback of all time.
It's no argument.
Well, if you listen to some national media, they're saying that Patrick Mahomes is the most gifted quarterback they've ever seen now, which I'm like, no. He's definitely in the top 10.
He came into the best situation any quarterback could have fallen into. Let's not disregard that.
Yeah,
Let's say he got drafted by Chicago instead of Mitchell Trubisky.
Timeout.
You would probably have forgotten his name by now. Either that or he would have us in playoff contention, but he would not be what he is if he wasn't in Kansas City like he is now.
Josh, we have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Darius
Broncos!
No!
Not Hootie.
But it's mine. But I need to specify on this. It's minor drug charges. It said that on TMZ. Minor drug charges.
Not
wonder
Hootie. Do you think he was just letting her cry?
Dude, don't start. We're live. I can't.
He only wants to be with you.
Don't start. Don't you start. You know my feelings on this.
The teardrops fall down like rain.
Stop.
Let her sing.
You know what?
Jesus.
No.
Let her go.
You know what? No.
Still $10,500
Sun
or
comes up
$500
tomorrow.
for a bond.
Let her be.
You know what? Maybe the bitch deserved it. Okay, I'm just saying. I've been in the position where you get to that point where you're like, you know what? You deserve the shit that you get. Let the bitch cry. I'm done.
There it is.
Do you think
There
she
it
called the
is.
cops, Josh?
What was that?
Do you think she called the cops on him when he left?
Probably fucking did. Probably said, oh, he did this and he did that. Well, he didn't do shit. Okay?
He
No.
was just letting her be.
He was
Let
just letting
her
her be.
cry.
She started crying, and he's like, you know what? I'm out. Deuces. And she was like, I'm going to call the cops on you. And that's what happened. I was there.
I was there.
I was having
to go
a
back
you-move.
to go back to the football conversation. AJ, you remember Devin from Royal Rumble, my buddy?
Yeah.
No.
diehard Cowboys fan.
I thought you were going to say diehard Hootie fan, and I was going to be like, oh, here we go.
I only want to be with
Coach,
you.
you hate on the
Diehard Cowboys fan. I texted him. I asked him. I was like, "Who would you rather have? Dak or Brock?" And I want to quote him. He said, "Quote Dak any day. That's not even a question. Look at the numbers this year. Brock can't even throw unless he's surrounded by 7 Pro Bowlers." Which
that's a hot take. I don't know about that one.
And that's your friend?
that's my buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys fan.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Tell him to go break another TV. No offense, Tristan.
I'm so realistic with my team.
Tell him to go
Like,
burn his fucking jerseys like that fan base does.
That's so wild. Like, imagine paying that much money and being like, I'm going to burn this now.
Crying and punching their TVs because they lost. When that ball bounced off the goalpost, I didn't break my TV. I didn't burn my jerseys. And you want to know why, my new friend? Because I paid money for that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm not burning the stuff I paid for, and more than likely, I would have to replace.
Not more than likely, you would have to replace it with your own money.
I'm just saying. Settle down, Tony. Stop yelling.
Down in front.
Wow.
Poor Tony.
I feel like a small
Poor
fry
Tony.
right now.
I never gave a score update on that Ravens-Chiefs game, by the way.
17-10.
There you go. 17-10. Chiefs.
Oh,
win.
and by the way, Tate, to answer your question to your Cowboy fan, that is kind of what the haters, like I continue to say, will say about him. If he was on
haters,
another
Tony,
team,
the
he
haters.
would be as good. It's Brock Purdy's just getting carried. Like, you're always going to have people.
We will never know that question in my eyes until either the 49ers, that sounded nice, until the 49ers lose Pro Bowlers or Kyle Shanahan moves on and they get a different offensive system going in there. I just don't know, but man, it's just tough. It's tough to
Strike
make
while
that.
the iron's hot,
call
man.
for
It ain't Brock Purdy's fault.
Oh,
You know,
so
they took
he's-
third over on that same draft. Trey Lance. What has he done? Nothing.
Yeah.
He's a third. He's a third string backup for Dak Prescott.
I just love that Sam Darnold. He's my spirit animal for the Super Bowl. I'm not even gonna lie. He really is. He has. They showed a picture of him, dude. He's got the look of like, I'm on this ride. I'm gonna get a ring for not doing shit.
I mean, Kadarius Toney's done it for 2 seasons.
He is the definition of 49ers Nation. Let's ride.
He's a poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's gonna ride coattails to a Super Bowl ring.
I was gonna say he's a nicer Zach Wilson.
Oh man, I love it. He knows
That's
he's
kinda
not
funny.
going in. He knows he's not even considered. He's just there for the ride and the free shrimp cocktail.
I'm not sure if you guys saw earlier from NFL News. Dan Quinn is the coach for the Washington Commanders as of today. I'm not sure how to feel. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very disappointed. Actually, I had to cry for like 5 minutes at work. I was like, well,
Were you
You
listening
just
to
let her
Hootie?
cry.
I was actually playing. I only want to be with you.
You
the whole
probably
time.
do listen
With
to
the
that.
hand
Come
movement.
on,
With the
don't
hand
lie.
movement. I like
Yeah.
that.
You cry during that song, don't you? You fight through those tears to finish
So?
that song, don't you?
And I'm singing it just like, I only want to be with you.
Fun
Dan."
fact, AJ. Fun
Hmm.
fact, that is the reason that Tristan drives around in a vehicle that has tinted windows.
As a matter of fact, I don't have 10 on my windows, actually. It's like a
You just-
fishbowl in there.
Can we go back to the discussion you two were having earlier today before we even
Which
went
one?
live?
Which one? Me and
Yeah, you and
Yeah,
John.
I want to know where
me and
that
I
was
Josh
cut
are
that
good. We're
short so
good.
we could start
We're
the
good.
intro, but I don't think y'all are good.
Me and Josh are good. We do this like every week. This is a normal
it's
thing for me and
fine.
Josh.
What part do you want to touch on?
Here we go.
You
would love to touch on it, wouldn't
three
you?
people here. I think
Yeah,
we need to remove
yeah.
For what? We don't have any beef.
Airing a grievances time.
What's
Who
up,
has
Tristan?
grievances? What's up, Josh? Do we have any beef or anything? That's wild.
Dude, I just love John with you.
this ain't
Like,
Arby's. There's
this is
no beef.
chirping, man. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Gosh.
They want to. They're trying to make a narrative
Yeah.
to boost
Yeah.
numbers of our podcast. So you son of a bitch.
If you want to
No.
boost numbers,
You guys got us.
we'll just come back with this if we want to boost numbers. Okay, maybe that.
There we go.
There we go.
What the fuck?
I like it.
I mean, what do you say fuck me for?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like. Okay, I was gonna say I like this setup. Tony being on the bottom. I mean, he does look like a basement dweller. Like
We're
you
gonna
have
put-
the hair of a divorced alcoholic.
Tony, you got the
father.
lead now. Take it from here. You got the lead.
Take it away, Tony.
Take him out. He's
I
I
gone.
don't like the lead. I don't like this lead.
I was elected to lead, not to read. Number 3.
Oh, this is great.
Oh
I
man.
don't know if I like the cap.
I don't like having you there.
Thank you. It felt weird.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy. Oh, I'm in the middle.
Look at
Now.
that.
Oh god.
are we
There we
playing?
go.
Are we playing? What's the
Musical
Musical
chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Musical
you're right.
boxes.
Sorry, you didn't get a chair.
Here, you just keep spinning them around, and we'll say spot the douche, and it'll always land on Tristan.
Always.
Spot the douche.
Tony did not get in on the fun there.
Well, yeah.
I can't pull it up to Tony. Anyway, whatever.
Yep.
Spot the
Oh
fan
my
base.
god, that should be like our first T-shirt for merch. Is this dumbass like?
Wait, I have that picture saved on here somewhere.
Yes, you do.
Oh
There you go.
god. Here we
Where
go.
is it? It needs
Where
to
is
make it
that?
That
bigger.
might be the greatest selfie of all time.
God, you look like a guy that would hang out at a Blockbuster just to talk movies with teenagers.
Hey, I heard The Shining was really good. What do you think?
Maybe
Have you guys seen Weird Science yet? Weird Science is really good, right, guys?
Yeah,
Kingpin just came out. What do you think?
What a great movie, by the way.
which one?
Weird Science.
Hell yeah.
Weird Science. What a great movie.
On my birthday, or
Mhm.
like the weekend of my birthday, we went out to downtown Chicago to like a one of those rooftop movies, and that's what was playing.
It's
Was
such
Weird
a great
Science.
movie, bro.
Hell
Such
yes.
a great movie.
I mean, they tried to Me Too one scene in the movie, but no, it didn't work.
Yeah. Did not work.
It really didn't. And that was cocaine Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
Like that was like
Don't tell me that.
before rehab and before he started really getting arrested for shit. That's a young Robert Downey
That was
Jr.
before Tony Stark became a person.
Oh,
Yes.
a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yes. What do they call those? An origin story?
The origin of Robert.
I thought that was going somewhere else, but it's fine.
Yes.
It's
I
a
love
great
it.
movie. At his
Love it.
best. Big shout out Leroy. Big shout out my stepdad Leroy, man.
Man,
Always
the
here.
shit monster.
Yeah, he loves this show, by the way, guys.
Well, thank
Just
you.
saying.
Thank you for
He
everybody
gets
out
so
there.
excited.
Listen, I'm just saying, there's a new shit monster in town. No, it involves a couple of 3-letter abbreviations. Tony, don't look dumbfounded. You know exactly who I'm talking about. He was former chairman of something.
Oh,
I knew it.
BKM. Oh, okay.
Yes. That's what I
It
was
took me a
going
hot
with.
minute. I'm like, what are you freaking talking
Wow.
about? But then he said
Oh,
chairman, and then as
man.
soon as that kicked in,
You just shit the bed, didn't you, Tony?
Yeah,
that's
took a shit right on the
Play,
headboard, didn't you?
play the theme song, damn it.
Okay.
Play the
That's
theme
good
song.
Play the theme song.
Stop it.
I'm going to shower, but you stayed there.
They want him Chris Benoit in WWE, which I don't think it's going to happen. He's too popular of a name.
Poor Vacant just
Who,
added
Chris
himself
Benoit? Is that
another
what you just
Royal
said?
Rumble win.
They want him,
Who,
like
Chris
Chris
Benoit?
Benoit, to never be named in a WWE program again. Which Vince McMahon.
They're going to shout out, what's
All
his
it
wife's
took is
name?
one triple threat.
I'm
match
his
just
wife's
saying,
to
everyone's
just erase
shocked.
everything.
Everyone's shocked by the guy who went on live TV and started his very own, very literal, "Kiss My Ass" club.
Absolutely, exactly.
Just writing was on the wall. He wasn't just a character. It was him.
And let's not forget that one of
Him as
the
a human being.
members. Hold on, time out. Let's not forget that one of the members of the Kiss My Ass Club was a grown man with Bell's palsy.
He
And
treated
he
him like
jammed
ass, man.
His face, his paralyzed side of his face into his ass.
Can you
And
imagine?
y'all are surprised.
What a time to be alive. That's it.
Holy jeez.
That's a clip.
Yes.
That's a
Oh,
clip.
God.
Anyways.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Still one of the best moments with
Jesus.
JR is when he was doing a storyline. I forget who it was, but he yelled at the wrestler, "You look me in the eye, you son of a bitch!" And it was like, ooh, like probably not
Wow.
the best one. Probably not the best promo.
Wow. Who's your daddy, Austin?
My God!
It's me, Austin. Oh, son of a bitch.
Who's your daddy, Taker?
We have that
That man
saved in our
has a
Discord chat.
family.
Truth.
If you know, you know.
If you
If
know,
you know, you know.
You never, ever. That's right, Lee, man. Do we have to talk about that?
Oh,
Cuba
Oh,
Gooding
he was
Jr.
my
on
God.
not so long ago.
He went full.
Never go.
I
Walk
full.
home empty-handed.
Hmm?
Think about your body, young man.
I figured this was a great segue because we've already talked about the conference championship.
Yeah,
Let's
Lions
talk
lost.
about
Okay,
some
bye. I'm crying. All right, move on.
WWE
I
stuff.
only want to be with
By the way, I do
you.
think Dan Campbell should be fired.
No, come on. That's
Oh, you know what?
over-exaggeration.
We're not done talking football yet, I guess.
Oh, wait.
Dan
You were
Campbell.
so hype.
Dan Campbell should be launched to the sun at this
Jesus
point.
Christ.
No, you know why
Cat
you're
first.
saying that is because it cost you an opportunity to come
No,
out here and have the biggest
no,
bragging
no.
right.
Tony,
ever,
did I
and
not
you
say?
blew it.
Did I not make criticisms of him after the Dallas game?
You sure
And
did?
during the uh-huh.
Absolutely.
I'm sticking on the same train. Launch him to a new galaxy without a helmet.
He said about Bill Belichick, too, so don't feel
No,
bad.
here's-
I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
but
really.
Bill
I mean, I
Belichick was
turned on my
past
own
his
guy.
prime.
I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, okay. Bill Belichick's past his prime. He wants him gone. That makes sense. If Dan Campbell has this track record for another year or two, and he blows games like this, then we'll have a discussion. I love Dan Campbell. We're not blowing him out of the
I
proportion.
love Dan Campbell, too, man. If I was a football player, that's who I'd want to be.
Dan
coached
Campbell
by.
or your
Is
coach?
Dan
Who would you
Campbell.
rather have?
I'm going Dan Campbell. I want I want a coach who's gonna run through a brick wall before a game.
I'll take Gerard Mayo.
I'd take Scoots
I'll
McGee
take
myself.
I just wanted you to hear a tweet that I found that I sent to our little group text, but I want to
Pee-wee Reese.
present it. Oh, and by the way, the last time we got this Super Bowl, the world went to shit a month later, and everything's been terrible ever since. So again, thank you, Dan Campbell, you stupid asshole.
I'm sorry my team choked it. It was supposed to be underdogs versus favorites, and everybody had a side, and now no one cares.
Dan Campbell had his money on the
except hey,
You guys haven't
He had a parlay going.
Let's be honest, Tony. Detroit hasn't sealed a deal since 8 Mile. Okay.
Oh.
When B Rabbit finished the movie, that was the last time you guys saw Triumph.
Man, that hurt. It like double doinked off my chest there.
The Boston Pistons. The Detroit Pistons.
Let me tell you about these Boston Pistons.
Tony, I got you. I got you, buddy. That was good. I got that one.
Detroit Pistons. I mean,
let's talk about the Boston.
My basketball
Pistons.
team's 6-41. Fuck them. They're terrible. Anyways,
in the past. We're living in the past, all right?
If I had the option of saving the Detroit Pistons or Dan Campbell, I'm saving the Detroit Pistons.
You know what? You're not a good human being for that. That makes me sad. Why would
is
you
he
do
not a
that?
good human being for that? If anything, you're not the good human being. You
Am I not
have
speaking
been
the truth?
following this team and
you're not.
another sucktastic team for God knows how long.
Oh my goodness! I can put my team up by 3 scores. Let's go for it.
It
I
wasn't
think I would do
smart.
on
I'm
Madden.
not defending how that smart the move
roll
was.
the clip.
Okay? But he went with what got him to this dance. He got here by the same aggression. He died by the same aggression. And
Gentlemen, as you know, the ultimate warrior. Fuck it. Is publicly stated.
you're making me think that Mean Gene. Fuck it. That's how I feel. That's Dan Campbell when they talk about kicking. Fuck it. Like that's all. It's what he thought about. He didn't give a shit. There you go. He summed it up for me.
Hey,
there you go. Everybody.
You guys know what Dan Campbell was doing on the sidelines?
I believe everything that anyone else has watched Chad play impresses me. The same thing impresses them.
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. I want to kiss you.
He wants
I
to
couldn't care less about the team struggling. Go for it,
bro.
Would
Then at the 4th downs. Yeah.
Would you like to see my trophy?
They call
I'm
me
a
Broadway.
champion.
I have a very nice jacket back in my press box.
So yes, I could care less
If you come
about
back,
the team
you
struggling.
won't. The team won't be the only thing that's struggling.
If you come back with me, I'll show you the pre-cut editions of all of my medical health commercials that'll surface in the late 2020s.
Oh man.
I'm surprised that gave off a very, very creepy, rapey vibe.
It did. That's the best part.
Oh.
Do you guys realize
Oh.
that
That is a fetal
Joe
position
named it.
shower post video.
Him and Vince been together a couple times.
He was a pimp back in his day.
This picture kind of
I couldn't
This is
care
right.
less
Oh,
about my formal days of being a pimp.
Struggling.
I was struggling.
He was struggling.
They wouldn't get my money, so I had to make them struggle.
In case anybody in the audience is interested, next week we go to our Super Bowl preview. We just don't. We're just gonna talk.
I'm so tired.
Next week you're gonna talk about
I'm
it.
so dead on this show right now.
Sunday we'll talk about the Super Bowl and so exclusive. And then AJ wants the football to go away for a while, and I don't blame him.
I need a break.
He does.
Time
I
to get
mean,
into hockey, baby.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to get into.
You see that picture, Josh?
I'm gonna
I could care less about the team.
I
struggling.
couldn't care less about talking football right now.
Why?
He's such a PRMP.
I mean, we're what 60 days out of spring training.
Wow,
Yippee
I can't
ki spring training.
wait. I could care less
Care
about
less.
when pitchers and
I
catches
could care
report.
less about when the pitchers and
That's
pitchers
what it is.
report.
The pitches and catches struggling.
Tony's not funny anymore. Stop.
I can't
Stop doing
wait
it.
to watch Carlos Rodon struggle with the Yankees this
Struggling.
season.
I can't wait until the Dodgers are good in their regular season and then struggle when.
I can't wait to watch the Dodgers buy another World Series championship.
Oh, here you go, Tristan. Here you go. Here's a question just for you. What's Ohtani's pitching stats going to be this year?
I couldn't care less about Ohtani's
I
pitching
could
stats of
care
this
less.
year.
I only care about the DH stats this year because he's not
He ain't
pitching
pitching
until
this season.
2025.
Bro, he's having a
Okay.
0
I was
ERA
hoping you
this
would turn
year.
around
He's
and
Cy
be
Young
like-
already.
Bro's
Yep.
having a phenomenal year.
Damn it.
Like,
Yeah, I know. Hey, I look in the chat. Sports don't take breaks. We know. We're just this show. Everybody likes football. Football's the main.
Leroy, I am
sport,
tired.
hey,
The
sport
main-
Tired.
doesn't
Hey,
take breaks, but
Can we not
do.
take a guesses for the race this weekend? There's a
Hang
race
on.
this weekend.
Hang on. Can I bring this comment back
We don't
up
care
here?
about that.
I am tired of watching a sport so in depth when my team doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I feel like a Bears fan, a Lions fan, a Cowboys fan, a Bucks fan pre-2020. I feel it all. I'm miserable.
Welcome to our
Couldn't
pain.
care less about the other teams.
We're
He could care less
used to
about
it.
the Patriots struggling.
AJ, you want to hear something funny, by the way? You remember, like, years back, me and you had an idea that didn't go through about a polar opposite
The
pigskin
Polar
podcast.
Opposite Pigskin Podcast,
And,
hosted by
and then-
me, Joe Namath.
Yeah, at the time, it was how New England the dominant monster and the Lions sucking. And apparently 5 years later, we have flipped the
No,
script.
no. We're more so the polar equators because we're about the same.
You
at this
had
point.
one fucking good year.
Yeah, listen to
and
this.
you're gonna flip the
Josh
script already.
roast him.
Get
Josh
the
roast
fuck
him.
outta- Are you
Get us out of
serious?
here. Let Josh
I
go.
am more.
Put him on the soapbox.
A little bit of
stop.
success.
Only a few years ago, your team went 0 and fucking 16.
Again,
And now
with a few
all
years
that
coming. Hang on.
2008,
That was,
okay?
yeah, it was pre-2010s, man.
Come on, 15 years ago. This is
That's
not
a little off.
Didn't they have like a 3-12 season or something like that? Or
Don't you own the first overall pick for the second straight year?
yes, we do.
All right. Let's
Hey,
I'm not saying this
baby.
thing-
Caleb Williams.
Right
Do you
there,
remember-
got it right, didn't it?
Hey, I'm
you
not saying
remember
the Lions
Josh's
are dominant.
comment?
I'm saying it's weird that the Lions
Tony,
have like
Tony.
a nucleus of something going forward.
Tony,
And New England starting over. Yes.
Tony, do you remember Josh's comment last night? We're just
I
a
sure
couple
do.
years removed
Yes,
from the
I do.
Bears going to the Super Bowl. Josh, that was 2006, and here we are again. Don't forget that just a couple years ago, Tony, your team went 0 and 16.
That's right.
2008.
2008. Dude, 2000s is like a few years ago for Josh. It's
I was
2024.
11.
He's like,
Hey,
it's 7 years ago.
Josh. 2000s was a pretty good time, weren't they?
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
They were your 70s.
Apparently.
I mean,
But
the drugs.
No. Compare.
Wow.
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 Friendships are
Oh,
over.
come on. That was a funny. That was
Well,
allegations
I
are
look at
these.
you and go, the cheeseburgers?
Yeah, exactly.
Tony,
See?
Tony could care less about your
It's all
drug
good
addiction in
fun.
2006.
Jesus. But to
When are we
compare
doing the
yourself
Royal
and say
Rumble?
that
Jesus Christ.
we have flipped the script, comparing
what we do,
yourself
okay?
to
This
the
is how it goes.
Patriots, are you kidding? Go away. Go sit in the
I would
corner.
like to bring out or to point out also to piggyback on Josh a little bit. After they went 0 and 16, they went 2 and 14 the year after. So,
Two more wins than they had the year before.
Yeah, we
I
had
don't know,
Stafford. We
buddy.
had to learn, okay? It was
I had to
it was-
learn my
so
left
nice.
nut. Give me a break. The fact that you even put yourself on an even similar plane as the
No.
Patriots, shut up. No,
That's not
you
what
had
I
one
meant by
good
that.
fucking season. You had one good season. Give me a break, okay? Find the fleshiest part of my ass and kiss it. Because I don't
not
want to
much.
I'm not
It's really all-
blaming you, okay?
Be like,
I'm trying
no.
to tell you something.
Be like my boy.
Hey, AJ, I know that your franchise has been one of the biggest
Bro.
winners in the 2000s, but we're going to compare each other and
Hang
we
on.
flipped the script on each other because we had one good fucking season. Shut up. Shut
I
up.
think we need to
Shut
move
up.
3 people out of here. Let them just go at it.
dude,
Wow.
This is too great.
This is
Yes,
one.
no.
Listen, this is one fantastic season, but that's
No,
not what I meant by
one
my
season.
comment.
Even the sun shines on a dog's ass from time to time. Give me
Bro.
a break. I don't even
This-
want to
I
hear
only
it.
want to be with you.
Okay,
hang on.
Say something.
Hang on.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up. Hang
Not
on.
you.
We could care less about.
I'd like to say something.
Fuck
Can
you.
Can I just bring up a picture real quick? Here's Tony asking me about how him and his Lions are now on the same level as my Patriots. There it is.
Yes, 100%. You fucking Cinderella story definition son of a bitch. No, I don't think so.
I accept this picture, by the way. I accept this picture 1,000%. This is us right now.
God.
I don't care if it was an NFC Championship loss. Damn it. Put some respect on the Lions name for right this second.
Respect these nuts, okay?
No.
You ain't shit.
No.
Hustle, loyalty, respect.
Dude, I tell you what, those Packers are coming, Brandon. You're right.
Jesus.
Man, what a wild time.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
No.
Tony getting called out in shit now for being delusional.
Mama Cotton, hold on a second here.
We're at
Hold on a second. I have not at one
He's fucking
point.
delusional.
Mama Cotton,
How
can
can
you
any-
tell us
how am I
your
acting
Detroit
delusional?
Lions?
What am I acting delusional
She could
about?
care less
Today?
about your delusional Detroit Lions.
All I pointed out.
We almost made it to the Super Bowl, so I guess I could compare myself to a 6-time champion. I mean,
That's
it's kind
not
of
what I
like
meant.
that.
I meant to.
Hey, AJ, can we come into your
what
old
the
boys club
podcast
of
name
success
was.
in football as fans
Jesus.
over there?
No, what the podcast name was the polar opposite of where
You know
they are
who
in the
he's gonna be,
NFL currently.
AJ, he's going to be the middle-aged guy at the high school parties with the Letterman jacket on. That's what he is. I swear to God.
You see this patch?
I bet you can throw a football over them mountains. Uncle
Rico.
Rico.
Jesus. What? We're on this. We flipped the script. You haven't even got to sniff the script yet. You're sitting there fucking putting yourself.
You didn't
in
even
champion's
understand what I
row.
meant by it.
No, I
Josh
don't
been
think
waiting for
anybody-
weeks to come unglued on this.
My point is, when
I'm
the
about to say, there's a lot
podcast
of-
name
all
was
the way
Polar
possible.
Opposite Pigskin Podcast, which meant one team was playing dominant and on top of the league, the other one was the bottom feeder. And I'm saying
Go back
right
to pulling
now,
your own pigskin,
right
man. I don't
now,
wanna hear those
it's
kind
weird
of
that the Lions are playing
comparisons.
like a top team.
You know
but
what's
the
funny?
Patriots are bottom team.
You know what's
and that's
funny?
how it is right
The
now.
Super Bowl's next week, and we're both in the same position, Tony. So I guess, hey, for this week, you can come into the club, I guess.
Oh my God.
Here's the door.
That was the Zach
we have
Wilson
refreshments and
fucking
lotions.
comparison of a comment.
Man, what a day.
Oh my God. You're like the dude that goes to prison and he dresses and acts every way he's seen in a prison movie, but the only prison movie he's seen is The Longest Yard. Like, that's the kind of take you have.
I've only seen The Longest Yard.
Jesus.
Remember 1957 when we won the league championship?
Oh my God, we almost got there. If I bet you if Coach would have put you in, y'all would have won state. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, are you telling me that Tony is Dak Shepard and Let's Go to Prison?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh man. You gotta fire back, Tony. You can't be quiet the whole time.
I'm being
Let him
quiet
know.
because what am I supposed to say to this?
Let
Everybody
him
has their
know.
opinion set, but they
AJ,
think I said something out of
That'd be
context.
like me standing next to Tom Brady going, I bought tickets to the game, so like we're pretty much the same guy.
We're equal.
It's cool. We're equal. I guess since you're not playing anymore, we really are like, neck and neck now. Yeah, I can't.
That's not what I was trying to say
was
about
a
it.
It's like,
dumpster
hey,
fire take.
all my friends call me the greatest quarterback of all time, too.
Yeah.
By the way, I messed that up. Will Arnett and Let's Go to Prison, not
Yeah,
Dak Shepard.
there you go.
Oh,
I
man.
was kind of an also ran in every competition I've ever been in, so I guess I could say that I think like an athlete.
Hey, you know what? I walked to the mailbox earlier. Am I also the Boston Marathon winner?
Oh my God. Like I went outside and got rained on, so like I guess I could understand what Hurricane Katrina people went through.
Oh,
I know
no.
my wife texted me asking about work up. No, okay.
Okay, time to move on.
All right, Joe.
Let me explain something here, okay?
Oh God.
Let me
One
talk
more
to you.
time.
Here comes
Let me
Careful.
talk.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay? Before
Yeah.
we move on to like fun stuff,
Fun.
I
stuff.
am
This
You are
was
fun.
Yeah.
no circumstances trying to compare the dynasty to the Lions. I am saying
Okay.
based upon
Yeah.
how our podcast name was, it was funny that the time that we were talking about it,
What?
obviously the Patriots run their top.
What?
It just right
What?
now,
Okay. No.
it feels
What?
different.
You
It's-
comparing your Lions season to the 6-time Super Bowl champion
No.
Patriots.
No.
No. It's like comparing
Wildin'.
a Olympic
Wheelin'
gold
dealin'.
medalist, world record holder, with another
Oldest
kind
ride.
of Olympic gold medalist.
Longest line.
No,
Longest
you're
line.
looking at you're
Okay.
thinking I'm talking about the whole 20-year
You
dynasty
understand
over
what-
the line.
Tristan and
AJ,
AJ
do you
having a party too
understand what I'm
over
saying?
there.
Mama Cotton from the top rope. I just walked a country mile to smoke a cigarette. I am an athlete.
That's right. Like
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying. That
Mama
did
Cotton,
you,
this
did you
one's
catch
for
my
you.
my comparison, AJ?
I'm so
I think,
lost.
Josh, your problem
What
is though.
was your
you're
comparison,
comparing a
Josh?
20-year dynasty question, and that's not what I meant by that whole comment.
I
It was
said
the
that
year
you
we were
guys are
starting.
the
Don't
We
be
were
mad
at
they
that
tore
gold
Space
medalist,
Mountain
point.
down.
Okay, that has world records, and the
Don't be
Lions
mad they tore Space
are a
Mountain
gold
down.
medalist in another kind of Olympics,
Uh-oh. Oh.
No, Josh, no.
Have you
no.
seen The Ringer?
and
Gosh.
they're comparing each other. One wins gold medals, one may or may not chew on said gold medals.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
Don't you talk about Michael Phelps like that.
That dude had massive drag on that
bro.
jaw. He would have trimmed
Bro.
at least a second or two off his times if he would have had that jaw fixed.
Go for gold.
And have those
Jeffy,
ears
go for
pinned
gold.
back, man. Those things are huge. Looks like
Hey, man, Michael
he was
Phelps.
bred by a bat.
Bro, Michael Phelps is the greatest American of all time. I don't care what anyone says, bro. When you go to
I
Beijing,
don't know
China-
about all that, Tristan.
Oh God, I forgot
Oh
Joe
my
Davis. I'm sorry,
God.
Joe.
I
My
couldn't
bad,
care
Joe.
less about Michael Phelps winning a gold medal.
He has 16
I won a
of them.
Super Bowl ring.
At 19.
Dude, you can win all the gold medals you want. If you look like a character from the show Doug, you're always going to look like
Doug.
a character from the show Doug.
I've never looked at Michael Phelps and been like, he looks like a guy from Doug.
Well, now you will. Now you will.
Mama Cotton, you scratched my CD.
You're never
You
fucking
scratched
coming
my
back,
CD,
Tate.
no.
You're never coming back. You're going to be invited back, and you're going to think of these.
When did we get
moments
ice
ago.
cream?
This is
Oh
the
my
second
God.
time on the show, though.
Oh my
I know,
God, Josh.
but it didn't. The
He
first
does.
show didn't go like this.
Well, you weren't
We're
here.
here.
Yeah,
He does
you
look like
weren't
a
here.
character from Doug.
I'm just here for the
What?
Royal Rumble, man.
I bet you are there, crackly voice.
Crackly
bet
boy.
This
you
is the
are.
Royal Rumble.
That's
This is the
But we are
Gamers Do
the-
Sports
we are
Rumble.
the infomercials
Five,
of
Yeah.
amateur
Three.
podcasts.
3.
Yeah, I'm about to say, take everyone out, AJ. Let's have our own fucking countdown.
Yes.
I could
Like-
care less. Oh my God, it's AJ. I could care less. About
I
the
was
team
told when I
struggling.
come on this podcast, all I had to do was just be myself. So that's what I'm doing. If it bothers you,
Tate, have you ever heard
Good.
Josh's DeMar Hamlin theory?
no.
Why do we
No.
keep going back to this, bro?
I need to come
Come
back
back,
in more
play-
often.
Comeback player
You
of the year.
don't want
and
you
three
don't
snaps
want to get
off.
me started on DeMar Hamlin.
How about Aaron Rodgers
Has-
week one? What was the
That was a great
similarities about Aaron Rodgers on week one,
No,
Josh?
please. No,
I'm not-
please, Josh,
I-
tell us about Aaron Rodgers.
No. See,
Why not?
See, I will admit I make mistakes, and sometimes the stuff that comes out of here is dribble.
No.
And I shut up there, hair flip. Okay.
Hair flip.
All right.
What is going
I
on with your
may
hair right now,
I
Tony?
may have a
What?
hot take that was
Tony got a
a
Hot
real
little
take.
bit
Just give us a
a
second.
little controversial. And
A
no,
little, a little.
a little, a dash, a Stacy dash.
Crack is whack, man.
Stacy Dash. Hey, Tony,
just a-
please tell us what Josh said on that day since Josh won't tell us.
Absolutely not.
Oh, my God. Why?
Well, why don't you? Please. I mean,
I will.
you're used to choking, so go ahead and go ahead and talk
Whoa.
about the Aaron Rodgers thing.
You're
Whoa,
welcome.
French, it's
Wow.
Wow.
You should have properly checked in the first
I thought that would
time.
have came from
Listen,
Josh,
listen,
not Tony.
Tony. That's enough out of you, okay? Don't say that kind of shit to Tristan because everybody knows he has a no gag reflex. So
True.
you won't hear
I
any
have heard
gagging.
that.
Wow, that's crazy, guys.
What was said, Tristan?
Hi, Mama Cotton.
Can I? I'll say it. I don't care.
Go
I don't
ahead.
care. I don't care about the censoring of this show. I will say it.
Well, you should.
He said,
Allegedly.
Attaboy.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Man, this podcast just got so much better.
Way up.
Wow. It feels less.
It's so less crowded in here.
He
It
said.
really is. There's less mouth breathers in the room.
What do you think he's saying right now?
He's probably
hates
cussing
bullshit.
us out.
There he is.
What were you saying,
Aaron
Tristan?
Rodgers. What?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I feel like Tony Reale again.
Aaron Rodgers was.
I just muted him. That's all I did. I didn't even take him out this time. I just muted him.
Let's just say it was a questionable call.
It was
We
not.
don't
It
have-
was like the greatest call you ever had.
Wrong day, wrong quote, but
It was the
Or
right day
right
at the right
day.
time.
right day, wrong quote. Yeah.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is DeMar Hamlin
Okay.
does not deserve a comeback player of the year.
I
So if he
agree
doesn't, then who
100%.
deserves it?
His cardiologist,
Joe
maybe,
Flacco?
That's
Baker
cardiologist.
Mayfield.
but
No, you know what
that-
he should do? Take everybody that he said saved his life and bring him on stage with him then and have a whole, like, everybody get congratulated for helping him because they're making a big deal. That's what he's getting a comeback player of the year for. Put all the EMS people, all the people that help him bring him back to life, put him on stage as a thank you and everyone does their congratulations towards him. That's what they
And
should
the
do.
cloning machine they got him out of.
AJ answered my question, and I want to kind of get everyone's opinion on it. Who's comeback player of the year? Obviously, DeMar Hamlin's going to win it, but who's comeback player of the year? Who is your comeback player of the year?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Baker Mayfield. I can't believe
That
I'm
ain't a
saying
bad one.
I
Joe
agree.
Flacco.
That's 2-2. AJ said Flacco as well. Tristan?
It doesn't matter who yours
Yeah,
is.
it doesn't matter. I don't personally, in my honest opinion, I could give a
Okay.
fuck.
Explain
I
to
don't
me
care.
Dak
why,
Prescott.
explain to me why a person
Walter
who
Payton, man of the
barely
year.
played any snaps this year is getting comeback player of the year. Don't you have to come back to be considered for that?
I mean,
He
we could say
played-
the same thing about Joe Flacco.
He played like 5 snaps the whole season.
Didn't he get an
What?
offsides call and like a holding and shit like that? And he came back the first game.
I was all about Joshua Dobbs for a minute as comeback player of the year, but he fell off the map pretty hard.
Faster than
Yeah.
his eyebrows, bro.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
I just don't think – I think that sets a bad precedent for that award. I really do.
You're not alone on that. I agree with you, but I think that's just something we'll have to leave alone because some people are on board with it and say, hey, he came back from a life-threatening thing and we give him a reward for it. And I'm not with them. I'm just saying what they're saying. I think you should give it to a player who's played all year, or Flacco's case came off the couch and led a team to a playoff run.
Yeah.
That's a true version of a comeback player, at least on
You know
any
who else had a hell of a comeback but didn't get comeback player of the year? Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, had a motorcycle crash. What the hell? Anyway,
That makes no sense.
Take him out of the show.
I couldn't care less about Tristan struggling.
That's right.
Man, shit, fuck.
Tristan,
Come
who's your in the
on.
rough? I know you said you had one this week, and
Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza. I order a pizza at 5:00. It didn't show up until 7:00.
Maybe you shouldn't order it the busiest time to order a pizza.
And you realize that kind of gripe is what we call tubby guy problems.
It's fine. I'll own up to it.
I have my in the rough.
Oh, I know what it is.
Wait, which one do you think it is?
No,
Besides Dan Campbell.
No, I have a feeling I know what it is.
So no, I don't think you know it. So my in the rough, and I know the stadium's getting torn down, but it's Tropicana Field. How are we in the year 2024 and we don't have dividers at the urinals in the bathrooms?
In the Uranus?
And the
You know how
urinals.
much I heard about this on
Brother,
Saturday?
are you looking over at me, boy?
Why did you hear about it?
You told me
I only told you once. It's not like I
And
kept
Trop.
3
repeating it.
times.
And once.
You don't
3
like troughs?
times.
It's not a trough. They're actual individual urinals with no barricades between them. So I got drunk fucking bozo next to me, like trying to take a peek at everyone's shit, and like that's how you get your jaw jacked. I'm just saying.
That's why you find somebody and you lock eyes with them the whole time.
We're right
Give
here,
him the
buddy.
stare down.
We're right here.
We're right here, all
right
the
here.
whole time, dude. You
I'm
come
more
here
comfortable-
often.
I'm more comfortable when people watch.
Is this where the dicks hang out?
Mama Cotton with the
But
comment.
anyway, that's my gripe. Like that stadium is in a desperate need of a revamp, and it's not going to get it because they're tearing it down. But like, it's also the most crowded I've ever seen that place, which is
great.
embarrassing.
That was so much fun
because the Tampa Bay Rays are a baseball organization that's been to 2 World Series in the last 20 years.
Yep.
And that place is never full.
Nope.
Thank you, Stu.
Anyway, anybody else got it in the rough? What did you think mine was, Josh?
F1.
I mean, that's just a bunch of bullshit, but that's for another podcast associated
Back
with
to the pile. Back to the pile.
Just saying.
Anybody else got it in the rough? Anybody?
Yeah, I'll take one. Roman Reigns, go fuck yourself.
The tribal chief.
I'm just over his whole fucking. I'm just over his whole storyline.
Don't worry, he's gonna finish the story soon.
Tate, acknowledge me.
I ain't acknowledging you worth a shit. No,
You tell me you did not
over-
acknowledge your tribal chief on Saturday.
That's what.
Yeah, I did, just like this. He wants us to point in the sky for him. I'll point in the sky. I'll tell him he's number one, just like Chase Elliott told Kyle Busch he's number one.
Hey. You keep that man's name out of your mouth. He's a saint.
My in the rough, and not because of him, but because of his luck, is CM Punk. Poor guy
That was
had
my
his
other one.
WrestleMania opportunity taken away because of an injury.
Tristan just
And
did the Sabu down
tough. It's tough.
I think it's a work.
What a
I think
great
it's a work.
song.
I
dude.
don't think it's a work.
I don't think it's
work
work.
either.
I don't think
Bro,
it's as bad.
like-
I think he'll be back for WrestleMania though.
You know how
like, my
I knew
shoulder
it
is
was
done.
work? When Drew
He's
was
not
beating
coming
him
back
and he
in
just
60
stood there
days.
like a fish.
Yeah. Like, let's also give a shout out to Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Because I looked into that dude, and his troll game is on point.
Yeah,
He's making himself a nuclear heel, and I love every minute of it.
his troll game's really good for a mid-carder.
Yeah.
Mid Carter,
He's a mid-carder, bro.
near insane. No,
Yeah,
he's a main event.
mid-carder. Yeah. He ain't been a main event. He ain't been main event worthy since fans weren't allowed in.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. He was
Damn.
white hot at that point, and then pandemic happened.
Yeah,
It's
white
not
hot
his
at that
fault.
point. What happened since? Nothing.
He's been a good hand.
He sits there and pouts. That's all it is. It's a pout fest every time Drew's on TV.
Scottish
I'm
sound.
a McIntyre fan of the group.
Yeah, cries in Scottish.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Blah,
so
blah,
everyone-
blah, sword. Blah,
I know-
blah,
I know
blah,
Tristan-
kilt.
There's
Blah,
bagpipes in the
Blah blah
background.
boot.
The dumbest name of a move, the Glasgow Kiss. Like, get the out of here.
Bro, the fact that you think Drew is still main event caliber is baffling to me.
Guy has the personality of a peanut.
Yeah.
What was wrong?
I'm glad it took 15 years for him to finally cut a decent promo.
He's got the personality of Bobby Lashley.
Oh,
Yeah. Sick MVP with Drew.
I don't know why y'all hate
That
on
would
Drew,
be
man. Drew ain't that
hilarious.
bad. I don't know why y'all hating on him so much.
That
Not
would be
hating. I'm just telling you what he is.
This is true. Look at you. Look at you like we're insulting your secret
No,
crush.
but Drew McIntyre's put in some excellent work, and he's like, "Oh, good for a mid card." Like,
Yeah, he's a great
'cause he
mid-card.
is.
He's, you know what? He's a smaller Scottish Braun Strowman.
You know what I think of Sheamus? Mid Carter.
Yeah.
And we talk about
okay, what do you think of
Breaker,
Gunther?
though?
Hold on, who do you think? What do you think of Gunther?
Gunther main event potential.
Main
Okay.
event potential. Yeah.
Good.
But right now, he is a mid Carter with main event potential.
Dominant mid carder. Yes.
Yeah.
Mid card, I think, gets a bad name because of how it's been treated in WWE for a long time. But if the mid card used to be how it was back in the 90s, where it was like a workhorse title again, I think that name will have a little bit more of a emphasis compared to.
You know who a great guy for that title would be?
Huh?
Cody Rhodes. No, I'm kidding.
R-Truth.
Jey Uso's really who I would pick for that.
They don't call him main event Jay for nothing, Tony.
Do you think
He's a
Jey
main event.
Uso's main event?
I think him and Jimmy against each other could be a main event caliber match.
And
That could be a WrestleMania.
and a
opener
non-WrestleMania
right
pay-per-view, I'd agree, but not at WrestleMania.
So there you go. He's a main event talent.
Oh. But if Drew McIntyre does, he's not a main eventer?
No, what?
I'm just giving you shit
Tony.
back. It's just for fun.
You know what, Josh? Do my light work for me again.
No. I'm still mad at him that he compared the Patriots and the Lions.
Tony, do you have it in the rough?
No. Shut up, Tony. I got another in the rough. You know what my in the rough is? This fucking guy. That's who I have in the rough. Yes. There you go, acknowledging. Good job, Tate. But yeah, this fucking guy.
For what?
Lions, Patriots, together. Forever.
That is not. You missed the whole point behind it. You're not. No, see, Josh is not understanding. I don't know if he has fog brain right now or something, but that's not what I was trying to imply.
I didn't
the
hit
entire time. Yeah, no, you keep thinking I'm talking about a team and their entire dynasty at the time versus my team. It was just at the time the podcast was supposed to be made, how it flipped upside down and where they're at position-wise in the National Football League. That's all I was saying. That's all I was trying to say. And you took it like, oh, the whole dynasty. You think you're like the whole dynasty. No, I do not think
the
it's
louder
like
he gets, the more
I am well
pixelated the
aware
picture gets.
my team is Scott. Hold on. I'm well aware my team has got all the shit of suck, okay? I am completely aware. And right now, I am celebrating. But the entire time, what did I have to hear?
His internet is actually dying.
Lucky. Oh, well, I don't really agree with it. And okay, so now that I'm trying to have a little fun about it, it's I being overly arrogant. Oh, look at the Lions fan getting a little too cocky. Screw that.
Yes!
What are you doing?
That would have been great.
How dare you?
That would have been great.
That would have been perfect.
Oh man. And everybody's gonna come at the show like, why are you guys fighting? It's like, no, this is us on a normal basis. This is how it normally goes.
This is how it goes.
This is how it normally goes for me.
I get the aggression out from the day, and
Tony,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm the mid-carder of the friends.
Oh, Tony is a mid-carder through and through. He's a
He
curtain
really
jerker
is.
if there ever
He's
was
the
one.
design bathroom match. He's the jobber,
Oh.
if you will.
Yeah. He's the Brooklyn brawler of our group.
I met that guy once. Super nice, by the way.
I bet.
I had to take a TV to his car when I worked at
What
a
a
department
spitting
store.
image.
God, that sounds like a Tony meet if there ever was one. But the
No,
Brooklyn
seriously, it was
Brawler,
2002. I had to take a TV out to his car because he bought a car at a department store and I was in the stock. I took a TV out to his car. It's super nice guy.
Hey, you can say whatever you want.
I can
but
see Tony
perfect.
now. Weren't you Knuckleball Schwartz?
Very much.
Isn't it true that you played Doink the Clown a few times?
Yeah. Oh,
You ever remember the old web series on WWE.com that was 5 questions with the champ, and it was a John Cena thing where he'd answer 5 fan questions every week? And
Yeah,
anytime he
I'm big on
swore,
that.
it would just be, instead of being like a censored beep, it'd just be Brooklyn Brawler with his face on the screen.
God.
Oh, those were good times. Good times.
Yes.
Anything that anybody wants to talk about now? It's the open floor. We got
The
10
fucking
minutes left.
Royal Rumble.
What do you want to talk about it, Tate?
What was
I gave my
what was your surprise pop of the Rumble? One for men's, one for women's.
Can we not do the match itself? Because I thought the pop of the night went to LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Let me
thought he
talk
had
to
the
you.
loudest pop of the
Yeah.
night, and that beat Cody, CM Punk. When his music hit, that place went nuts.
That place went berserk. That was awesome.
You know who owns the biggest pop in wrestling? like overall.
I mean,
The Hardy Boys when they came
I
back.
can only
never-
imagine where we're going with
You'd
this.
never guess, dude. Kane.
Was
Really?
it the time that DX
Yeah.
was in the ring back in 2000 and then he came out randomly and just kicked everybody's ass?
People went ape shit. He
Yeah,
gets
I know
the
exactly what you're
biggest
talking
pops.
about. Attitude Era, right?
Yep.
Yeah, when
Was it
they're
a few
all in the
years
ring.
ago?
And then a few years ago. And then Paul Bear comes out and then no.
Yep.
By the way, R-Truth playing the tag. That was fucking great. When he went to tag with Dominic on the side.
R-Truth in general. R-Truth coming out in the women's Royal Rumble, tagging into the men's Rumble, throwing
when
JD
he-
McDonough in.
Is
All
he
of
the
it.
most loved wrestler?
When he looked at what's her name, Valhalla or whatever.
Valhalla.
Yeah, the way he approached her and went fantastic.
He's the
And
most
we're
loved
walking
wrestler.
out and she's screaming at him and not break character at all. Dude, the guy is gold.
Yeah.
Also, R-Truth doing the whole John Cena routine. The entire place throwing their hands up in the air and screaming, "You can't see me!" That was awesome.
Pat McAfee.
Now, mind
great.
you, this is gonna shock everybody. That was my first WWE live event in general.
Oh, was it really?
Oh wow.
To go to
Nice.
that event. So that, like, all of that to me was all like new. And it was what so before the event, when we went in, they were doing a DJ, and there was maybe 15-20% of the people that were in there, and then they started playing the Kurt Angle music, and everyone started going, "You suck." And I was like, there was only like 20% of the people. I looked at my buddy Devin, who I was talking about earlier, the Cowboys fan. I was like, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. And every time, like, I remember my first pop of the night that I knew it instantly was number 2 in the women's was Naomi. And that place went berserk when she came out. That was cool. And then also Jade Cargill, if she doesn't have Cargill, thank you. I call her Cargill. I call her Cargill. Jade Cargill, if she doesn't get a title match soon,
it'll be the
that
best
is
thing for
disrespect.
wrestling.
That bitch show.
Like, she got to prove
If you
herself
know, you
because
know.
I'm sorry, but she was a very stale champion in AEW.
I almost spit my beer out.
Like, nah, dude. You got to let her prove herself.
The best thing for wrestling.
I'm sorry. You
I've heard like a good
I'm
one.
sorry,
is her-
bro, but you can't just slap the belt on her. Like, she
I'm not saying
wasn't
slap
that good
the
of a
belt on her.
champ in.
Yeah, that was
AEW.
literally her first appearance in WWE was then.
Yeah.
A thing I heard that was really good, speaking of her real quick, is her and Bianca Belair should be a tag team.
That
Because
would
if
be
you
fun.
Put them as a tag team in like a dominant championship reign and then actually build up the women's tag division and then be the unstoppable force for a while. And then eventually, if you build the division correctly, you'll actually have like a high caliber women's tag team match, probably like Mania 41. You got to give it a while, but like,
I want to see a successful woman's stable. That's what I want to see.
We hadn't
Because
seen one since
none of them-
like forever.
Never. Like, I'm sorry, if someone was going to say Damage Control, I was going to ask AJ to kick him out.
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah,
the Kabuki
I'm
Warriors
over
are a
all of
great
that.
tag team.
That's
Kabuki
fine.
Warriors are awesome.
But
I agree.
I mean, I want to see
makes
a
me laugh
woman's
every time.
faction that actually has a storyline like Evolution or something like that, where these girls are dominant and
you
they
could have had it and they
a
blew
female
it.
shield.
You know what they could have had, Josh? And I
The
think
four
you might agree with
horsewomen?
me. No, well, close. The Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and their 2 friends that were working on it.
What was her name? Duke?
Yeah.
Jack
Those
Skell-
4?
That
Would have
should
been-
look like Jack, or had the
No.
body of Jack Skellington. I don't
Yeah,
care what anybody
dude.
said.
Those 4 would have been killer together, though. They would have been that dominant faction
that's
because of
the
their
thing.
MMA experience.
You got to have confidence in those women to pull it off. Like,
True.
we have not
Ronda
seen
Rousey
a
is
legit.
shit.
Oh God, she's terrible.
Her first run was fun.
Another
The
one
second run was
that
not
has
so
a
much.
personality of a used 70s beanbag. Like, she just, no, it's not funny at all. She's not cool at all. I want to see a Shield caliber woman stable, a Evolution caliber woman stable, and see them do stuff.
If they bring up what's her face from TNA, their champion, Jordan Grace,
Jordan Grace.
And I'm sorry, but you know what the most scary thing in WWE right now is? The AE or the NXT general manager, The Rock's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's dog ass.
She is fucking. Excuse me. Like,
literally,
dude, she is butt face ugly.
We're going.
So-
I thought was going towards like
I had
performance.
I had to
in the ring too.
like she looks
Yeah,
like
her
The
ring's
Rock
fucking
with a
great.
wig.
I think her being a general manager at 22 years old is a sign that her wrestling career is
Not
Over.
there.
might not be it. Yeah,
She'll never be a great one.
here,
Ain't gonna happen.
she should be an average one at this point.
here
Really.
you go,
my.
Tony, to tickle your fancy.
She's WWE's Nia Rose.
Yeah.
To tickle your fancy, here's a Brooklyn Brawler reference.
Yeah.
Doesn't like movies. You're right. You're all right.
Brawler.
Brawler.
Michael Cole doesn't like movies. Wait a second. In the long
Michael Cole doesn't like boobies.
Brooklyn Brawler.
Brawler.
Confirmed.
Brawler.
That was
I will
Tony
say-
Lee's call.
I've
Brawler.
said this before. LA Knight should go after the world title, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I think he's gonna challenge Logan Paul for the U.S. title.
That'll be a fine match. It would be a fine match, but I
You
think
need to put the big one on him. Put the
Yeah.
big belt on him.
the world
Yeah,
title
he deserves it.
the world title deserves to have LA Knight. And as I talked to AJ about this off air, the reason why is right now you did have a returning CM Punk that would have filled the void perfectly fine, right? But now that CM Punk is hurt, you still have LA Knight, who is white hot. You still have everybody who loves him. He's a big
You're
baby
just hoping
face.
they don't do to him what they did to Sami Zayn.
Well, and that's the thing. I've heard people say that he can get the title match, but they'd rather have Rollins retain. I'm like, no. At this point, you have one or two options. You have an underdog versus Seth Rollins, and the underdog wins. Or you have Seth retain, but then have Damian Priest finally cash in that damn Money in the Bank briefcase on Rollins at WrestleMania and win the championship and actually have him use it. Because what the fuck is he doing with it? He's literally just a pointless Money in the Bank holder right now. It's just wasting itself. And the fact that they never mention him going after Roman Reigns. Why is that such a thing? Why is no one mentioning that he can't go after Roman Reigns? If I was a total dick, by the way, I'd have Cody beat Roman and have Damian
Because that's
Priest
the
cash in on
contract.
Cody right afterwards and have Priest win and screw over Cody Rhodes.
I don't know if he's acknowledging or what. No, that's the contract. That was the Money in the Bank. It was only for Seth Rollins' title this year. It was not for
was it?
Roman Reigns. Yeah, that's the contract. It's not for Roman's. Because correct me if I'm wrong. AJ might need to help me out here. Back then, Roman was holding two belts.
Yes, correct.
That was when it was the Raw and SmackDown belts, not the conjoined belts. So they made it to where it was only for Seth's belt.
That makes sense.
Because if Damian cashes in, he gets both belts.
Right.
No.
I don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Which one does he take? So I think that's why they made it to where the Money in the Bank winner that year was only for. I thought it arguably just eliminate those two belts and do the Intercontinental, USA, and the heavyweight belt.
Right.
Because now we just know it's Damian Priest is coming after Seth Rollins or whoever else.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that right there will do it for us this week here on the Gamers Do Sports podcast. You can find me on Twitter, AJ at OneLugTV. Josh
At Campbell0925.
Tony
At Talkman T7.
Tristan.
Here you can find me at all these ends NFC.
Tate.
Teapot 88 rebrand incoming.
Thank you for coming on this week, Tate. Had a blast at the Royal Rumble.
Yes. Thank you for coming on.
You can find
Thank you.
Gamers Do Sports either by scanning the QR code that is here, up there, or by just searching your browser, going through Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram and searching Gamers Do Sports. By the way, you might have saw the trailer before the show. We are doing a live Super Bowl broadcast this year. It starts at 6:15, Super Bowl Sunday. We're throwing a Super Bowl party. It's going to be a little bit like the Manning cast in a sense. It's going to be us and all of our friends and all that, and we're going to be live streaming as the Super Bowl is going on. So that should be a good time. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload new content. And Tony, take it away for your final rant of the evening. No, I'm kidding, Tony. Go ahead.
Dan Campbell, I love you, but what the fuck?
Is that it? That's all you got.
What more?
Good night, everybody. Say something nice to one another as it can make each other's day.
He's got the look like he's a disappointed father right now.
I know. Like what?
Hit me.
Hit me.
Go ahead. You know you want to.
Oh, 28. Oh, next time. I'll kick it.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Good night, everybody. Say something nice to one another.
No.
Still waiting on Tony.
Yes?
Come on, man. Gotta get into your
all
words.
I
and all
see is
that.
Dan Campbell. Okay, what do you want me to do by Dan Campbell?
I'll have you know that turd was the nicest turd I ever had thrown.
It said, excuse me, as it whizzed past my head.
You didn't have to do that.
I talk in the most bless your heart voice ever, yet it's my heart being blessed.
But Jim Harbaugh, fuck you. I want you gone.
I'm like, what?